Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rangers Radio. We'll be discussing yesterday's game tonight. The man grabbing all the headlines, but on the panel tonight we've got Bridgeman, Port, Bear, Jimmy for Knightswood, and in the background we've got the Silver Fox. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Drew. How are you tonight, my friend? Hi, Bridge.
Evening, Drew.
Can I say a big good evening to you boys on the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Very happy, Bridgeman, tonight. Very happy. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well said, Bridgeman. Right, you were at the game yesterday.
I was indeed, pal. Was indeed, aye.
Give us your opinions.
Oh, wonderful. Overall, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The smile on the manager's face. And I saw the interview this morning. Oh, my, you couldn't wipe that off. You couldn't brush that off with sandpaper. What a smile. Says it all. I thought, like I said this in the phone in last night, I thought that the first 20 minutes, half an hour, we were on top. We were well on top most of the time. But, it was a tough game and the openings weren't there and the pitch was a bit strange. But the boys stuck in and getting that goal. That was a wonderful goal, by the way. Absolutely wonderful goal by Helander. So I thought he was just brilliant. In the second half, well, is that no? Mr. Kent turned it on, Mr. Morelos turned it on, Mr. Jack turned it on, Mr. Davis turned it on. They were all outstanding, just outstanding. I thought our midfield in the second half was just probably the best and most industrious I've seen our midfield play. Just absolutely wonderful. I'm in among the lot of them, and they were stars in their own right. Really, really good. Very happy. Ryan Kent, well worth £7 million in my opinion. And of course, Morelos, man in the moment. And my God, is he man in the moment? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Those goals. I was stuck right down the bottom. They put me right down the bottom, right beside all the mad squad with the what do you call them? The smoke bombs and the flares and everything. And I'm going, my God, I can't even breathe. But it was really good. No, game was very good. And I thought, well worth it. When you saw them all going out, you just knew it was over. And what can you say? I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. And I'll let somebody else tell you how good they thought it was as well.
Aye, and over to you, Mark.
Aye. After Sunday, I packed Hampden. We got a 3-0 win. It probably could have been 6 or 7. We're a bit probably rusty the first 10 minutes, but once we seem to work hearts out, we seem to get in tap with them. I think a goal at half time was vital. A great time to score a goal. And then it just became the Kent, Jack and Morelos show for me. Barisic, absolutely superb as well. But Ryan Kent yesterday was involved in every goal yesterday. So for me, I think your team seems to be hitting form at the right time. Certain players are hitting their peak form at the right time in a busy spell over the next few months. So very happy Rangers fan here. And long may it continue. Here we go.
Jimmy?
Much the same, Drew. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the game, but sat and watched it like everybody else. But it was a fantastic performance. We should have won 5 or 6 easy. And I said that the night before the game that I was looking for at least 2 or 3 and going on to 5 or 6. But we can't complain with the 3-0. Ryan Jack for me looks like the midfielder that we've been missing for the last 3 or 4 seasons. Absolutely wonderful. Ryan Kent's turner speed and his dribbling skills absolutely wonderful. And what more can we say about Alfredo? The £30 million man, definitely for me now. But he should have had a hat trick. The referee chalked that one off. I thought it was a good goal. Hearts offered us nothing because we didn't let them play through. I thought some of our played. We all agreed yesterday that the first half was a bit of a sticky first half, but after we scored the first goal, it was one by traffic after that. So happy bunny the night, happy Rangers man, same as everybody else.
I thought they were completely naive, mate. I know what you're saying about Hearts, and I thought they're a poor Hearts team.
Yeah.
But the naivety for me come in when they didn't play that Uche Piazza. I think he thought he was throwing a curveball there. He seemed to be their best player. For me, he's a big unit. I think that's what all he's got going for him, Brad? Well, see, nothing changes on here. Bridge?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy. I can hear you.
Aye.
Ekpezu, I think that's maybe setting the traps a wee bit for themselves. I think that Ekpezu, when he came on, he's a big, bustling guy. But really and truly, I thought we handled him really, really well. I think he only threatened a bit twice, and I don't even think he got a shot at goal. He got a really good header at goal, and the keeper took care of that. But I thought Helander, for me anyway, can I just say to everybody, I thought Helander was absolutely outstanding yesterday. Outstanding. Wonderful, wonderful performance. And he took that big Ekpezu, and everything he tried to do, that boy shadowed him and done the business with him. Brilliant. Absolutely. And what a goal. What a goal. So I'm saying no more than now. I'll let you go on with it more.
Everybody for me got 7, 8s and 9s apart from Ojo. He got a 6, maybe touching on a 7. I can't disagree with what you're saying there, Rizwan. Hilander's come on to a game for us, so I'm really pleased. We were talking yesterday through, I don't know if you heard any of the show yesterday, but we were all quite mystified.
I heard it all, mate.
We were all quite mystified. I'd like to maybe get your thoughts on it, but we were all talking yesterday about the formation that Hearts decided to play at the start. But none of us could make out what it was, and at times I don't think they understood it true. What do you think yourself?
I thought it was obvious, mate. It was charged. I couldn't see any formation with them at all.
Yeah, I don't hear it like that later, but that's a good charge.
That's it's a good. You can, as the old cliche goes, you can only play what's put in front of you. But that's a poor Hearts team, mate. I know they've been crippled with injuries, and get it up them have no time for any other team in Scottish football after what was done to us. So that's the way it is. It's interesting the two Edinburgh teams are, without managers now, but that's a diversion, I suppose. But a poor Hearts team. That's for the first goal with Helander. He was so much on his own. I thought he must be offside, and I'm looking at him saying, how did he get all that room? Now you're talking about Big Berra there, who was, he sits caps, isn't he? I'm saying, what's that all about, But I couldn't work them at all in the first 15, 20 minutes. And I says to my boy, I says, I don't know what Hearts are doing here, but it seems to be working, I hadn't a clue. That's been quite honest with you, and that seemed to be it. It was like schoolboy football at times, they were all up the park, they were all back. It was dreadful. Poor Hearts side, I thought, but as they say, you can only beat what's put in front of you. But interesting you're talking about Hilander and the development in that boy, and, giving marks to some of the players. It seems odd to me, this Rangers team, they're absolutely brilliant. There's been a lot of games where you could pick out 4 or 5 players, name them as man of the match, and you wouldn't get a lot of argument. But there's other times they just don't seem to click at all, occasionally. And I find that odd, but I'm delighted with the development. It seems to come on, you see players, And I think in particular, Ryan Jack looked in another class yesterday.
Yeah,
but absolutely. Can I come in on that? I was going to say that I thought, when I was watching it again this morning, I thought, my goodness, but James Tavernier took a whole load of criticism over the last couple of weeks, and probably, to a certain extent, quite rightly too. But yesterday, he was absolute dynamite. Absolute dynamite. He was superb. He was assisting 2 goals. He was involved in the assists of 2 goals. I just think the guy that really, I was actually walking up the road when I was coming out, and I thought, welcome back to James Tavernier. Let's do the business. Let's keep going and raise your game again. It was great to see. So we never really carried any, shall we say, passengers. With the exception, I think one of the boys just said there with Ojo, I think it was Jimmy, who was saying that Ojo wasn't that great. Well, he wasn't. There was times when he let himself down, maybe 5 or 6 times during the game. The ball kind of ran away from him, let's put it that way. And that's saying it nicely.
I thought it was one of his better games, Brad.
Oh, yes, I'm saying, but there was a couple of times during the game, it epitomised his game at times. The ball just ran away from him. And I literally ran away from him out of the park. And you think to yourself, what's the matter with you, son? You've just run about 50 yards screaming with the ball there. And he nearly got a lovely ball across to Tavern, what do you call him, Morelos. But then he does all these stupid things out in the wing. I'll pull his ball in. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Out the park. Sorry, boys.
What's What's pleased me, Bridge, Jim, and True, I think Rangers seem to be hitting form just at a very important time of the season. And not just Rangers, they're just getting players back for injury who are also just hitting form. Now, we've got Ryan Kent, right, who's just back for injury, ain't even 100% yet, and he was outstanding yesterday. Going left, going right, showing, but he bust a pace for the second goal. For Morelos' second goal, when Morelos takes it, flicks it up, then on the next touch on the volley, puts it by the keeper. I mean, that's cultured finishing. That's absolutely fantastic finishing, and I think it's absolutely fantastic the way we're playing. I think Ryan Jack's probably playing the best fit of his career at the moment. Like I keep saying this, I was one of his biggest fans at the start, but the guy, I just love him. I absolutely love Ryan Jack, and for me, he's in the form of his life. And if he continues to play like the rest of the season, as I keep saying it, 55's coming. It's not just him, but it's not just him, Jimmy. It's not, we've got Hollander now starting to hit form and looking like the money we paid for him. It's going to be well spent. We on the show, we've sort of questioned Ryan Kent's price tag. He looked like a £7 million player yesterday, in my opinion, as well. So
yeah, agreed.
It's all coming together. We had 59% possession yesterday in that game. We really, really dominated them. I can't say much about a team, guys. They're absolutely outstanding. And, if that rolls into Thursday, we'll beat Porto 1-0. I'm sure it.
Can I just say that when young Kent got the ball, I think Barisic gave him the ball and he was running down the wing for Morelos' goal, the second goal. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the roar for the youngsters run about is the whole thing just lifted and everybody was up and he was running and he ghosted past the boy and he cut it back. It must have been easily 10-yard cutback and Morelos stuck it away. Oh, gee whiz, the whole place just went absolutely
that's worth your ticket money. Isn't it, Bridge? That was worth your ticket money.
Who's this boy running down the wing? Well, he showed them at one way, showed them another, dropped the shoulder, and he goes past them. As if he was standing still, and he actually was standing still, the boy. Seriously, it was just wonderful. And he's about 2 yards from the line, he cuts it back. Never going to be offside. Yep. Go on yourself, son. Sorry, boys, I've interrupted anyone, sorry.
I think we've been joined by a caller. Hold on, Matt. Evening, caller.
Stardog,
what's happening, guys? It's Stardog.
Stardog.
What are you saying to it?
I know I'm an unfamiliar voice, but bang ahead, mate.
Aye, just to hang by yesterday, mate. It was just a great result, man. There's a lot of positivity going round about the club and things like that now. And that's us in a final. It's going to be a huge game for us, but obviously we've got Porto and things like that before then. If we can carry on this form, mate, just get us through November and then into December. And don't you shout at me, Jimmy. But I tell you, mate, we're looking pretty, mate. We're looking pretty. We just need to keep it up, don't we?
Devils.
But of course we do, mate. You're 100% right. There's a lot more games to go before that game in December the 8th. And as Bridgeman always says, we've always said, the next game's the most important game. So that game's now, in a sense, put to bed yesterday, Stardog. You're 100% right. I know we've had our chats about looking forward now, but looking forward, the games that we've got coming up are very, very important. Need a big result, continuing after the great result yesterday. So let's hope, as True was saying there, that some of the football we're playing is spellbinding. So we go forward to Thursday and hope they can carry that forward in the front of obviously a full house at Ibrox. But it's a big November, start of December. Stardog, I'll give you that, pal. No problem with that.
I don't take any of his cheeks, Stardog. You know what? I've been listening to him pelting you.
No, Jimmy.
None me any take that off the likes of him. Who was your star man yesterday, Stardog?
Oh, that many, mate. It would have to be between Morelos and Ryan Jack, to be honest. Probably Morelos edges it because he's 2 goals and things like that. But I mentioned on the show yesterday, mate, I thought Ojo, he's starting to come into his cell. I'm not saying he's starting to become the player I thought he was, because he's a wee bit after that yet, and I think you'll agree on that, Jimmy. But he's starting to come into himself. You can see the confidence starting to come. He's getting into tackles and things like that now as well. We can have had a wee moan a couple of weeks ago about the hurt, and we can have questioned him and he's hurt. That for me is coming along now the exact same way. Barisic, I think it's a confidence thing more than anything. I think he's got everything in his locker to be a good player, so long may that continue as well.
Definitely, mate.
The
Definitely.
thing is, an pal, a lot of players come into Ibrox and it takes them time to settle in. You know, the notable one for that was Matt Gately. You know, there's a lot of players like that. You get, you know, Barisic is the same. It's taken him a while to settle in. I don't think we've seen anything near the best of Joe Aribo either. But I'd mentioned before you'd called in there, mate, I'm delighted the way some of the players are developing. You can see an improvement in Hollander, for instance, Barisic, and even getting back the way to Andy Halliday. The difference in their play has been amazing. So I think there's a great deal of credit must go to the coaching staff, Bridgeman, eh?
Oh, yeah. I've said this incessantly. Our manager and his coaching staff and all the background guys, they have done a wonderful job with the squad of players that they've got in. They've brought in new players and they're getting the time to get themselves up. And then I'll say this to you right now. If they can improve and Ryan Kent to be even better than he is, you know, I'm saying he's not 100% fit. I don't think most of the guys here would say he's not quite 100% yet. When he gets 100% fit and he puts on performances like that, or if the manager and his coaching staff could teach him even more new things, wow. Is that a find? Is that a steal? Or what? What a player. What a pace. We've not got anything like that in our team. He's just fantastic. And he complements the midfield. He complements the forwards. Just wonderful to see. He just as if I'm here. I'll help you if you want. Give me the ball and I'll help you, you know. And it's just great. Just great to see.
Mark?
Aye, definitely stay true. Definitely true, Blue. Just coaching staff. Stephen Gerrard's got to take a lot of credit. I mean, we've got to give him a lot of credit, guys, because if you look at Barisic a year ago, and just over the last 6 months, we actually probably thought Barisic time was over at Rangers. He's coached him, he spoke to him, you know, he's nurtured him into the player he is. So I agree with Stardog. Ryan Jack also has grown under Gerrard. So, you know, on his track record so far, he seems to have good man management as well as good coaching ability. And if he keeps that going, Ojo will flourish. Stardog, I totally believe in him. I'm like you. But he will flourish. I've been very critical of him, and rightly so. But on Gerrard's track record so far at Ibrox, with man management and coaching players to raise their game and be the best they can. I'll even mention Hollander on it. You remember the Levy game when the manager went onto the pitch and he's shown the big man how to defend up on there. You know, he's just a natural leader, a natural coach, and I think that's why we're seeing the best of form and development out of our young players and the players at Ibrox. And I think Ojo will be the same eventually.
What about yourself, Jimmy? Improvement in players?
Jimmy's away for a minute, mate.
No, right, okay. Stardog? Are you away with Stardog?
It would have to be... No, I'm here, mate, I'm here. It would be Ryan Jack, mate, for me. I think he's come on, I mean, leaps and bounds. He's developed leagues above what I thought he was honestly capable of. I did say at the start of the season, I thought he'd be one of the players that was kind of in and out the squad. I thought he'd be maybe a squad player. But man, was I wrong about him. He's really stepped up. He just controls everything, mate, and he's never uncomfortable with the ball. He takes the ball in any position. He got the ball yesterday and he just galloped forward as well, which is something we don't really see a lot of for him. But he was busting into spaces and things like that as well, and he's adding goals to his games now, mate. So that's the biggest improvement. Second to that would probably be Borna Barisic, because we all know where he was last season. Nobody could really make their mind up about Borna last year, and he's a key player for us now. So they two in particular, mate.
But that's the point I was making, pal. It does take some players a bit longer to settle into a club, especially the company Ibrox. It's a massive, massive club. I was saying it Sorry, go ahead.
It could be an intimidating place, mate, especially if you're no face Scotland and you don't know the league, you've not really got any affiliation with the clubs, do you know what I mean? If you're an outsider looking in, unless you take a great interest in these things and you come to Ibrox and you get a feel for it, even as a fan and things like that, if you're just walking into that stadium and the first time you come to Ibrox is when you're stepping out onto the park, you've no half made it a bit harder for yourself, definitely, mate. But I think that's what the problem is with half these boys, because imagine that you've never been to Ibrox before, and the first time you play at Ibrox is playing there in a European night in front of 50,000 and things like that.
The place is big.
I think you're bang on, Mark. I see it and I look at it as I think Rangers are one of the few teams where the support, there's an old saying, you're only as good as your last game. At Ibrox, you're only as good as your last pass. And I don't know who was saying it a while back there, but it can be a horrible place to play if you're not having a good game.
Aye, let's face it, guys. Bigger and better supposing players have came to Ibrox and went away with their tail between their legs. It's not just the ability side of the game at Ibrox, and as you say there, through your good as your last pass. It's the pressure. See pressure playing for a club where you're expected to win every single game. And let's be honest, we are, regardless of where we were.
Every ball.
Third division. Aye, you're supposed to win everything. Your first ball, your second ball, challenges. I mean, the 16th minute yesterday's game, Ryan Jack thunders into he's the furthest forward player, and he thunders into a challenge against their right back. That epitomises Rangers. That's the Rangers I expect. The way Ryan Jack crunching challenge, wins the ball, and that it drives the team 30 yards up the park. At Rangers, you're expected to win everything, and that's big pressure, and some guys just can't handle that pressure.
Are you back, Jimmy?
I'm back, pal. Yep.
I don't know if you heard that or no, but I was saying it takes players a bit of time to settle at Ibrox. You're only as good as your last pass sometimes.
I think a perfect example of that Stardug is Sasa Papac. I mean, Sasa Papac came. Sasa Papac came. I'll be quite honest. Even myself was giving him. I wouldn't say tilt of that, but I thought, geez, what we bought here. But you're right. I mean, Martin Hateley and all. We can go way back to when Ali McCoys first came to Ibrox. Now, I mean, we couldn't hit a donkey's ears with a banjo. So players have got to get settled in. I know we were all criticising Barisic and obviously Stardug's favourite is Katic, but we've got to give him time to play for the team now. But what I think, you mentioned Andy Halliday there. I mean, we all know what Andy Halliday's all about, but not just him. I think what the gaffer's done is some of the players he's taken aside through, and he's telling them what he expects of them and what they should be doing playing for Rangers. I think Steven Gerrard now gets what Rangers is all about. It's taken him a season to actually figure out what this club is, and it must have been a culture shock for him. And I think what's happening now is getting the best out of the players that we've got. And we have got some magnificent players. Let's not kid ourselves on. And I think now we're starting to see the fruition of that. And as we've all said, 55's alive, mate. And it'd be absolutely even better if we'd done the treble. But this team can do good things. Europe's a bonus. A lot of zone here would like us to do well in Europe. And I would as well, but I think we'll keep our feet in the ground. Let's go for the treble if we can get that. But no, you're right.
See the only thing.
There you go, mate.
See, the only thing that holds me back in it, Jimmy, is you only get one shot, mate, at these cups. Do you know what I mean? And we have showed at certain points this season, we've not showed up in the first half of games, and it's cost us, mate, against them and against the Watery Farts in particular.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you only get one crack at this. We're in the final now, mate, do you know what I mean? But you only get one crack at it. So we need to make sure that we show up. That's the only thing that holds me back, and, the trebles and the 55. I would love us to win 55, mate, but we need to show up, and we need to keep showing up the way we have been doing the past couple of weeks. The European tournament's just a free hit really now, isn't it? We've played 3 games. We've played 3 games, mate. We've played 3 games, and nobody's really any better off in the group. Do you know what I mean? We've got results and things like that already as well. I would like to see us going through, but the likes of the cup final, mate, it's a one game after. You know what I mean? It's one game only. There's no replays. There's no second leg. So we need to make sure we show up, and it's the same in the league, mate. We need to show up every single game.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, pal. 100%.
You can get through if you.
Go ahead, Bridgeman.
I was just going to say, if you can just imagine what's ahead of us, just to the end of this month alone, it's quite a lot, So we're going to be playing in Europe Thursday. Then all of a sudden you're away to Livingston. It's just unbelievable. You're coming for this high. We're playing at Ibrox against Porto. Then we're away to Livingston. Then Hamilton away. So you get 3 games in a row. We're away: Livingston, Hamilton, and Feyenoord in the Europa League.
But can I just jump in there? But the thing that seems to be the catalyst for us is that after the Livingston game, we've got the dreaded international break again, mate.
That's right, and see that 2 weeks, yeah.
That's that 2 weeks, you know, before we play Hamilton in the Premiership, you know, and everybody knows how I feel, and I know a lot of you guys are the same, you know, for us it's a waste of time. So we need to keep the momentum going, obviously, right up to the Livingston game, to the break, and then see what happens after that, you know, and then the end of November.
Our manager and his team need to understand that the last 3 breaks, we've come back after the break and we haven't been very good.
Yep.
And it's taken us a while to get back onto our feet. So he has to work something in among that break. I would imagine he has to sit down with the guys with the brains and decide what they're going to do, because they can't afford to take the players to come back and all of a sudden they're stuttering again. We need momentum, as Starbuck said about we need to get momentum in our game. We've got it now.
No one to hog the thing, but you're 100% right, Bridge. If you look back, the last international break was the 6th of October, and we had the 2 weeks and we come back against the Watery Farts and we drew 1 each.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is 100%, mate. You know what you're saying is 100%.
No, but I'm saying that I'm not blaming necessarily the players for it. No, I'm blaming the league for having internationals during that.
Hey, you've got my vote on that, mate. I definitely got my vote on that.
Guys, is it attitude? See after these breaks, after the international breaks, but I mean, obviously your Rangers are before the breaks like that up to the last break. Their Rangers were in a good position. You know, they were flying. Then the break happens, and then you stumble against Hearts, and then you're going for another one that obviously we're flying again, right? Like my form's going well. Then another international break in a few games' time. Is that down to? Is it the management, or is it players' attitudes coming back? You know, we've just been on a wee fortnight's break here, so you know.
I hate that. I hate the international break excuse and things like that. Yeah. You can't blame the league, mate. We've got to take responsibility as a squad. They've got an international break across the city and all, and they've still won. They still won the league last year. Do you know what I mean? It's up to us. We've just got to take these games as they come, mate. You can't. I know you're maybe joking. You say you're blaming the league for everything, but like we see after these international breaks, it bugs me, mate, because we've got to take responsibility.
Don't pick me up wrong, please. Don't pick me up wrong. I'm not blaming the league for it. It's a sad fact. That's what they've done. Them and the SFA have come up with this. And what we're left with when
them across the cities get the exact same schedule, mate.
When we play Livingston, right, then there's a fortnight break. What I'm saying is, in that fortnight break, our manager and his troops need to do something to keep the momentum up in the players' minds, so that we don't drop off a cliff when we come to play Hamilton. Because the next game after Hamilton, we're playing Feyenoord away. That's what I'm meaning. So the importance of every second game, we have to win it, because every second game is in fact a third game in this case is a European game. So we're at home against Porto. If we do well against Porto and we destroy Livingston away over there, then we go away for a fortnight or whatever, and we come back and we're playing Hamilton. God Almighty, we're going to do the same as we did with the Hearts and drop.
So is that attitude?
That's Bridge, man.
It's got to be. Sorry, pals.
If I can just remind you, we've said that a million times on here. You know, the Hamilton we play, or the Livingston, it's no the same Hamilton or Livingston anybody else plays. They come here, they're desperate to beat us. Absolutely desperate to beat us. But if we can rewind a wee bit, I was interested, and Jimmy mentioned fruition. What will be the fruition for this squad this season?
Well, for me, what would I expect for the squad at the end of the season?
Aye, mate. What's a good season for you?
Championship, mate. Championship. I mean, it'd be great to. I mean, I want to win the League Cup against the puddle drinkers, and next May I'll take care of itself regarding the Scottish Cup. But for me,
anything else is a failure, Jimmy, isn't it?
Well, for me, it's got to be the Premiership. Because
anything else is a failure.
Unlike us on here, you know, I'll not be calling for any heads. Now, I know we're looking a bit far forward on that, but for me, I think we've got a good enough team to win the Premiership, and I think that I would really disappoint it if we didn't. You know, taking it even out of the equation of stopping them doing 9 in a row through. I want that to stop, obviously, but for me, it's got to be the Scottish Premiership, mate.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's been built up for me, mate. I'm not interested in 9 in a row. They've never done it against us. We all know how they've done 9 in a row. What about yourself, Bridgeman? What'd be a good season for you? Would you accept a cup win, or obviously we all want to win the league, but realistically, what do you think?
Realistically, I'm not the type of person that wants to look forward too much. I'm looking at the next game. The next game we've got is a European tie at Ibrox. I want to win it. And I want to win every single game after that, all the way through to the end of the season. I want to win every game. That's what I want. But I don't want to win them all at once. I want to win them one at a time. Look after ourselves. Look at every game. Plan for it. That's why I'm saying there's a 14-day gap between when we play Livingston and then we play Hamilton. And I don't want us to be going away on holiday. I don't mean the players don't get a break. I just mean the manager and his coaching staff need to keep the players up at that high level, because they're as high as a kite now. And just imagine what they're going to be like if they beat Porto on Thursday. If we beat Porto on Thursday, these guys will be up in the clouds. Yeah. We need to stay up in the clouds and then hammer Livingston at their midden. Hammer them, and then you've got something. You've got big boxes, big ticks and big boxes that you can't then fall apart when it comes to Hamilton. So I'm just saying, for that 2-week spell there, the managers, him and his team, have got a big task in their hands to make sure our players are right up on top of their game again. So when we do play Hamilton, we absolutely mollocate them, and then go away to Feyenoord and mollocate them as well. Then you can say, we're in December, here we go. And it will be a here we go, and that is for sure.
All right, jingle bells all the way. Mark, fruition for you, what would be a good season?
I'm a bit like Jimmy. 55, it's got to be. But I don't think if we get a cup, silverware, to get that that first trophy back in our cabinet, I think if we win a trophy or even a double, I'd be happy with that. But I want the obviously the cherry on the top. I want the championship, but a couple of cups, I'll be happy.
If we won the championship this year, I'm getting back in the booze and I'm tapping her out. Stardust, yourself, would you be calling for Gerrard's seed if we don't win anything this year?
I wouldn't be calling for Gerrard's seed, mate. No, definitely wouldn't be calling for Gerrard's seed. But for me, mate, I'm going to speak for the majority of Rangers fans out there. I can't stomach another season of them winning a league. We've just got to get this league title home. It's not about 9 in a row and all that for me either, although that would be a bonus, because I've said it on here a million times, mate. They would forever be remembered as a team that didn't win 9 in a row, rather than the 8 goes for nothing if you don't win the 9. But as like I say, the most important thing for me is to get the championship home, mate. Anything else is a failure in my eyes, but I wouldn't be calling for Gerrard's seed, mate. But I'm like Jimmy, we've got the squad, in my opinion, that can go and push for this league, but we just need to do it. We've got to have the Bridgeman mentality. The squad has to have Bridgeman's mentality, one game at a time, because that's the only way they're going to do it. We can't go thinking ahead, because we're not that good. Do you know what I mean? I think it has to be one game at a time. But for me, mate, it's got to be 55 this year. I would sacrifice 2 cup finals for the league. I would, honestly.
Aye, of course, I think the majority it's Woody, but I'll call upon the voice of wisdom if he's there. Fox, what's your thoughts on it, mate?
On fruition, I like oranges, don't like grapes and pineapples. I can take either way, mate. No, I would happily settle, mate, for the Europa League, the League, the Scottish Cup and the League Cup. That would do me fine.
A lot.
I've just done an invitation in the lobby there. Big George says, so am I true. I've not had a drink since Manchester 2008, but it'll be blood on me. You and I will be in the same cell, big man. We're not with a couple of hookers. Brilliant. Oh, your missus doesn't still listen, does she? But anyway, I don't think many Rangers supporters, if we don't get something this year, will be shouting for Gerrard's seed. I think we've got to be realistic as well. You know, the damage that was done to the club, how long Steven Gerrard's been in place. I don't think he's got much wrong in the transfer market, Bridge?
No, you're absolutely right. The man's been absolutely immaculate. Look at his playing. That's us. Third that it's basically we've done, shall we say, we've visited every ground, and so far, well, no, we've done it. Is it a third of the league we're through? A third of the main league? So we've got a big chunk of it over behind us. If these players can't realise how good they've been, the only time we've been in trouble was against the Hearts because we couldn't score and we gave bad passes away, and against them at Ibrox, which was unforgivable. But there you go. We're here, as we've just said there. We're joint top of the league. We're a goal a difference, a goal, and we've got the top one of the top scorers in Europe in our team, and he's on fire. We should go with head held high, chest out, proud as punch, and staunch as hell. That's what we should be doing every single game, one at a time.
That's one of the things, actually, Bridge, I've been thinking about lately. I've hearing about separate entity across the road about what is it they're saying about them? They're red hot, they're breathless to watch, they take your breath away, they're this, that, nothing. They're no further forward now, and I don't hear anybody talking about us like that, Mark.
What do you expect through? Even we might get that result against Porto. All the media should have been shouting about us, and even the form this year. Of us, nobody's writing about us. They don't care about us, and I don't care about them particularly. They can all go into a good flying yeehaw to themselves. You know what I mean? For all I care, but they'll always try and keep us down. And that's why I look. And that's why I'm so negative against everything and everybody except for Rangers. But I'll never. You said about calling for the manager's seat. I would never dare either. We got a novice manager in, and a lot of people probably were laughing up their sleeve when we took Steven Gerrard. But in my opinion, I think we're having the last laugh now, and we're reaping the benefits for a guy who's a world class player. For me, he's going to become a world class manager, and he's playing at a world class team. He's managing a world class team, so it's all there for him. Our squad's building new, and it's looking very, very good. And long may it continue. I want the manager on another contract.
Aye, fair enough, Stardog.
Aye, I mean Gerrard's definitely the man for me, mate. If you look at where we were, I know we always going about it and things like that, but I don't honestly think we get enough credit as a club, mate, for the depths, the darkness we've come back for. We really don't, mate. I mean, to be up there joint tap and things like that, this is why Rangers fans get excited, because a lot of us didn't think we would ever see the day again, mate, that we would be back up there at the top of the table and things like that. So we're back where we belong. I just don't want the team getting carried away and getting excited, because nothing's won yet, nothing's signed, sealed, and delivered yet. And see, as long as we take this to the last week or two, and we give it a fight right to the very end, and like Bridge says, keep our heads held high and our chests out, that's all we can ask your team. We just need to stop the silly slip ups. And I'll tell you what, there's been a far lot less of them this year than what there was this time last year. I think Ox has mentioned it regularly, the points difference we've accumulated this year compared to last season. So look, it's all positive, mate. It's all positive in the right direction. We don't get the plaudits that we should do. Morelos doesn't get the plaudits he should do. But for me, mate, I couldn't care less, because it's us that'll be celebrating. It's us that'll have the big smiles on our faces, and they'll not be able to wipe it off as soon as this league title comes home. I bet you all this BBC stuff and STV, and nobody will even bother with papers anymore, mate, when Rangers win the league. None of you will even look at a paper or the news again when Rangers win the league, because there's nothing that'll be able to take the smile off your faces. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I can't wait for.
Well said, mate. Go ahead, Jimmy. You were next.
I heard what the guys were saying. I watched the news, and the headline was that Rangers had a convincing win against Hibs, and Celtic slaughtered. Rangers had a convincing win against Hearts, and Celtic slaughtered Hibs. Slaughtered. I mean, they get 2 goals scored against, so we won 3-0, no goals against us. And I want to ram it down their throat.
How can you slaughter somebody 5-2?
Exactly, mate. That is what the headlines were. But get on to the Steven Gerrard. Look, guys, we all know how fickle fans are, right? And I've said here before about where I sit. I've heard guys saying disgusting things about James Tavernier. Look, if Steven Gerrard doesn't win the league, the keyboard warriors will be at it again, and Radio Schneid, who like to invite every so-called Rangers fan on to be negative about Rangers, but we're no negative on here. Macy's on here have went through the bad times before we managed to achieve the 9 in a row when David Holmes brought Graham Souness to Ibrox. A lot of people think it was David Murray, but it was David Holmes. So, I mean, when the puddle drinkers done 9 in a row, a lot of guys here, I was still going home and away to see Rangers, no matter how my team was playing. We managed to win a couple of cups and things like that. So we've got to have that same attitude. You know, when they threw us down into the dungeons in 2012, we've come back up. They didn't expect us to be where we are. So let's hope that we can get to the top. And as Mark was saying there, the cherry in the cake for me would be win the championship. And as Stardog said, that wouldn't suit them at all, truly, because they would be raging. They don't like us, and the song says that. They don't like us and we don't care. And I don't care. They're nothing but puddle drinking. I'm nearly said something there, but I think I'm going to get barred. But I just well, that's a polite word, mate. They're just that dirty. It's unbelievable. No, I'm not saying no.
I know.
The dirty press. You pick
up. Lane, Brad. Go ahead, Jimmy. I love that. When you read the press, it's all no. I'm saying to myself, they couldn't have been at the same game as I was at. You know, they grudgingly give Rangers praise, but they're quick to give them praise there. And you know, praise should be given when it's due. And I go back to the Sheep game. You know, when they beat the Sheep, they were magnificent. But when we beat them, it was a bad Sheep team. And that was the same as when we beat the Watery Farts yesterday. Hearts weren't all that good. Rangers were convincing, but Hearts weren't all that good. But Celtic were magnificent. Come on now. You know, that really rankles with me. That sticks in my throat. You know, so let's hope that the keyboard warriors, if nothing happens for us at the end of the season, don't be looking for Steven Gerrard to be give the sack. For me, I'd extend his contract another 3 or 4 years. But unfortunately, that might not happen because too many a-holes will be wanting to get the sack. But for me, I'd keep him. But the Premiership's my goal, True Blue. If we win the 2 cups, of course I'd be happy. But like Fox here, I'd like to win the lot, but I know that might not happen. But the Premiership for me, and stop the puddle drinkers getting any more at all. They've got tainted titles behind them because the Rangers weren't there. So let's see what happens when they've got a real challenge on the next few months.
Yeah, Jimmy, I was just going to say that, you know, if you think about the shall we say, our annual results come out today, or last week there, and we're £11 million behind in debt. And that's, when I say debt, that's debt by the whole load of the board. They're going to take care of that debt. And they'll probably have a share issue to cover whatever loans they're going to give the club to get the money. It's just, I have to, for doing all this and the way it's been done, I have to take my hat off to Dave King and the rest of the board. I think it's absolutely superb what they're doing. They're bankrolling the club, legally speaking, of course. They're bankrolling the club, and it's right up in front of our face. Here it's happening. And we came back from where we were, and we're up there at the top of the Premiership now. And, you know, I think there's a lot of teams, in particular one across the city, are very worried. So well done, Dave King and the board, and long may it last.
Here, mate.
I think you're right, Bruce, but for me, you know, we're talking about Porto, Feyenoord and all these games, you know, in Europa League. It's a bonus for me, but it's a financial bonus. And I don't know if we'd be better off knowing it. If in a footballing sense, I mean, you know, but financially, it's great for us. And to qualify 2 years in a row. But I mean, don't forget, you know, before Steven Gerrard come in, what we were watching every week, guys, we've got a team that believes in ourselves now. You know, how many times did we see Rangers teams of old, you know, completely capitulating? And this is what I like. You know, you go into every game believing we can win it again, you know, whereas there was that wee devil on your shoulder telling you, oh, it'll be a hard shifty day, you know. And to me, it's the whole attitude about the club, about the fans, about everybody involved with Rangers that is the biggest change at the minute, Bridge.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. Look, I watch the players, and particularly, I have to say, for chunks of the second half there, I watched 2 of the brightest stars I've seen at Rangers for many, many, many a long year. And I'm talking about attacking players. So I'm watching Ryan Kent. He's making mincemeat of the Hearts. He's taking mincemeat of them. And Mr. Morelos absolutely get pummeled, booted, stuck the head on him, everything. They did everything with him yesterday. and he still scored 2 goals, and he was still laughing at them. He absolutely ragdolled that big boy Berra in the second half, ragdolled him, and he done everything to him to try and put him down. No, and he smelled up that beautiful big smile in his face when he put the ball in the net. In fact, when he tried to be flick for the third goal, oh my God, we thought it was in and it was okay, amazing, just brilliant.
I know,
That's what I want to see.
Berra was running about as if somebody took his dinner money off him. Mark, feeling about the club with positivity, mate?
Look, mate, positivity in the club is absolutely massive. For me, I know Bridge mentioned the financial side of things. This is one of the reasons we sort of do need. For me, the Europa Cup's gravy, right? That's what I call it. That's what we've been calling it. But I understand the financial side of it. We need the money. When we win 55 and we qualify for the Champions League, that's when the more money comes. So see all this scaremongering that's going on by the media as well, saying, admin, all that crap. I mean, we qualify for Europe, you get 30 million for qualifying, and that'll more or less clear everything we've got. This team has grown under Gerrard. What we've got to remember here, this is a young team who are growing together. They're all roughly about the same age. Or, there's ones, young boys like Ken that are even younger, 22, 23 and stuff. Morella's, 23. This team's growing together. This is a team. If we can keep this nucleus of this team together for the next 5 years, Rangers could go on to dominate, because dominate the league. That's what I'm saying. Dominate the league, because they're a young team who are growing together, and if we can keep together for 4 or 5 years, sky's the limit, guys. Look, this is only Gerrard. He's not even here 2 years yet. He's only here practically a season and a half nearly. And look how he's developed and built our team already. Imagine that team in another 4 years, guys, with the further development under Mr. Gerrard and his staff. The future's bright. The future's orange. Honest to God.
Jimmy?
I can't argue much about what Mark said there. I mean, I keep harping on to. I mean, I've been going to see Rangers since 1966 through, and come through a lot of hard times and celebrated a lot of good times. But the most horrible thing that had happened to me as a Rangers fan is when they did that to us, just for the spite of it, in 2012. And I can honestly say that I never thought we would actually get up here as quick as we did, and it's absolutely fantastic. I never ever thought I'd maybe see Rangers win another title, but I think I'm going to see it again, and it's absolutely wonderful. The joy that Rangers give me the news is fantastic. When I meet my friends like Fox and the guys at Tracy, I take my big boy to the games and that, and we all meet. I go back to when we were coming for the 3rd Division through, and we were all going to the games. I'm not saying it was a chore, but we weren't enjoying it as much. But I'm looking round about me, and everybody's got a smile on their face. You're going to the games now, and you're expecting to win. Know that you hope you go, and you're expecting to win, and that is good. And I would like the team to have that feeling as well. Go out there and expect to win. Be who you are, because we're a good team. We just need to look at the team. We're full internationals. We should be winning it. So go out there and do us proud and do themselves proud. So I think we've got a great team through, but we just need to keep it going. We've seen it far too many times. Over the years that we fell apart. But now we've got the team back up where it should be, and we are the club that everybody should aspire to be as Glasgow Rangers. So let's win it, and win it for us, but win it for themselves most of all, because they deserve to win it, mate. They definitely deserve to win it.
Aye, well said, pal. Stardog.
Aye. I totally agree with everything the guys have said there, mate. We just need to keep at it, and I think the quality has risen 100%. The buzz is definitely about the place, mate. The fans are getting excited, and this is what I'm talking about. We just need to see it out one game at a time, mate. I think this squad is capable of a lot of great things, but it's just getting that one, the first one there, the line, mate, and then I believe it will come after that. Until that comes, mate, I'll always be a wee bit kind of cautious in what I say and things like that, because I've been let down that many times, mate. But I feel like this year there's a different feeling this year, mate. There's been a different feeling altogether since Stevie G really taken there, to be honest with you guys. And long may it continue, mate, as everybody's just said. The praise we've all put on him, it's well and truly deserved, mate, and the squad are getting there as well. We've spoke about player improvements and things like that. These are all great signs, mate. We just need to keep the goal scorers, keep the defenders playing the way they're playing, and just keep the midfield playing the way they're playing as well, and keep growing this team in general, mate.
Go ahead,
Brad. I was just going to say, the boys are all talking wonderful stuff. I just something flashed in front of my head there when I was going through remembering what I was watching.
She throwing cups at you again.
Aye, and I thought I saw that John Gregg was in the stand, and when I was watching, and again, sitting beside him was the Scotland manager, and I thought to myself, if that Scotland manager's watching anybody, there is only one player available, as far as I know, that can play for Scotland, and that's Ryan Jack rather. And there he saw probably one of the best performances of a midfielder anywhere, anytime in Scotland this season. And there you go, there the boy was there. And I'm going to say this now. I don't actually want Ryan Jack to play for Scotland. I don't want any Rangers player to play for Scotland.
Great shout, mate.
However, I'm no stupid, and I know what representative football is because I've been involved in it. I don't mean at a professional level, but I've been involved in representative football, and people must be able to, if they're selected, must be able to go and do the representative stuff without us fans calling them any names or anything like that. But here, let me tell you, that boy will go, and we, the fans, should tell him when you go there, they're going to boo you. And if they boo you, tell the manager you want to go off the park. Be done with it. Don't put up with any crap from him and just say, don't invite me back. I don't want to know. That's the best thing he could do. But I know after that yesterday, he's got to be involved in Scotland. The manager's got to say, come on, do the business. But for me, no.
I think you're right, Bridge, man. They're all talking about walking off parks now because of racism or somebody shouting something that upsets them. So if you go on a park representing your country and hope that your support, so-called supporters, booing you, I would do this. I'd turn and give them a Vicky and walk off again, playing the flute. But that's me. That's me. I was interested. I'm listening to you guys talking here, and you're talking about the team and everything else. And one of the most positive things for me is, if somebody drops out injured or whatever, they can bring somebody in at equal, if no better quality, and it does not seem to be upsetting the rhythm of the team whatsoever. And I think that must be down to the system they play and everything else, Mark.
Aye, true. As far as I know, to the Colts and the youth teams, I think under 10s, 11s, way up to your 18s, as far as I know, Gerrard is implementing that formation and the style of play through the squad and through obviously the youth teams. And I think that's what most of the big, European teams do nowadays. So I think we've still got Jordan Jones that come back. So we've still got extra players to come back, as you say, are of good as, if not better quality, and we've got other substitutes. So I think as long as we keep the system, if that says 4-3-3 assist system, then they all play that in training. The 24-man squad, whatever it is, they probably play it every day. And as I say, as far as I know, the Colts are doing the same sort of idea, and the youth teams, but Livingston's team as well are doing the exact same thing. So I think that's really going to benefit Rangers in the long run, because they'll all be used to a system, a style of play. And again, that's all about player development. So the development side of your game at the moment, the Hummel training ground has probably been the most productive it's been in a number of years. In my opinion, especially when you see the current squad and the way, obviously the training must be going excellent daily, because for me there's certain players that seem to be getting better every week, and you shouldn't really notice it like that, but for me there is players getting better week on week.
Aye, well said, mate, but I just see my wee pal popping into the lobby there, Ali Bally. Evening, pal, you be loyal, we shall not be moved. Jimmy, strength and depth in the squad.
Yeah, it was good that you've come on to there about strength and depth in the squad. If you were going back further into the squad, just a wee shout out. The Youth League game is in Firhill this Wednesday night. Rangers versus Slovan Bratislava in the second round of the Europa League Youth Cup. Yeah, we certainly do have a strength and depth, mate. And I was at the UEFA game last week watching the boys, and I've got a few good players coming through. So the depth goes for the first team right through, development squad right down to the Youth League boys now, and we have got a good few players coming through. A few of the players caught my eye last week in the youth team. So, we've got players in the first team squad who drop out, and I've got an automatic replacement. The only position that concerns me is if Tavernier, I know we've got Flanagan there, if Tav takes an injury or gets a suspension, we don't have an automatic replacement really, because he tends to play Flanagan at left back. But now Barisic is playing out his skin now. Maybe that's where he's going to maybe put the number 2 in as a substitute for Tav if he's injured or suspended. That's the only position that I've got any concern about as a replacement for Tav on
What
any.
about the boy Polster, mate?
I've said about Polster before, but we're not seeing enough of him. You know, he's not getting steady games, and I'm probably like most of the guys, maybe yourself as well, True. You need to be playing every week to be in a winning team. A winning team's got to keep playing, and I don't know if he could come in there right away. He'd need to be getting a couple of games under his belt. Flanagan's already done it, mate. He done it for his last season. I know he let us down a couple of times, but I rate Flanagan a day. I know some have got reservations about him, but I know he's a natural right back, no a left. So, but he's played in the left back, him and Andy Halliday, and he done well. But Barisic has now got the position on his own. So for me, if it's not going to be Flanagan yet, it could be Polster. But I've got a feeling it'd be Flanagan. Would probably maybe step in there as number 2, back up for James Tavernier. So everywhere else I'm happy about. The midfield's taking shape now, which is good, and up front is definitely taking shape. Apart from Ojo, I'm a wee bit concerned, but I'm a Stardug. I'm going to stick with Ojo. I know I've criticised him a wee bit, but at the start of the season, myself and Stardug nailed our colours to the mast and that, and we thought this is going to be a great player, and I still think he can be a great player. But only time will tell. But as I say, for me, if we're going to call it the worst player in the park on Sunday, was Ojo, but worse isn't the word I should be using. He didn't hit the heights the same as everybody else. But overall, True, we've got a good squad of players, mate.
Aye, well said, pal. Just an wee shout to Ali. She's up in Newton Moor with our brothers. I hope her and Calmac and the rest of the family are enjoying themselves, whatever they're up to. Good Blue Nose family. But Bridgeman, strength and depth.
Oh yes, You see the strength and you see the depth of our squad. You've got that young boy Aribo that came on yesterday. My goodness gracious, what an investment he is. He's an international player, man, and he scores international goals. He's fantastic. And I know that sometimes the young boy Ojo kind of disappoints. Let's put it that way. Sometimes he disappoints, but really and truly, he's a fantastic player. If we could just get him, our management and coaching staff, to get him just right, I'll tell you, it'd be something else. It'd be just something else. So I just got to say, strength and depth. I look at the squad. I hear the reports with Jimmy regarding the youth and other boys regarding the youngsters playing, and you catch a lot of it in the follow. So there seems to be a lot of good happening round about Rangers. I need the patience for another 2 seasons, because I think it's going to take us another 2 seasons to see all this happening from the bottom up, the youngsters coming through. And my goodness gracious, we're going to have some squad, shall we say, in 2 years' time. It's going to be brilliant. All our young boys are going to come into our team. It would just be fabulous, just fabulous. That's what I'm looking forward to, True. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Good, Bridgeman. Good. Yourself, Stardug. Stardug.
Is the way they're getting the tunes?
Oh, somebody took him out a walk, I think. But I was interested in what Mark was saying there just before we go to the tunes. I think we're actually past it. Oh no, we're bang on the tunes. Well, for tune, I'll tell you an interesting story after that if we can get one lined up. So it'll depend on our folks to line us up with a tune. If we can all go and mute guys.
Across the broad Pacific shore, I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've flagged the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea, but never see back home in Scotland more than all the rest of me. It's the blue sea of my God. It's the biggest sight that I have
Magic.
Right, Fox, my agent will be meeting up with you directly after the show. If I come on, it's going to be accordions. That's in the contract. You're in breach of contract now.
Brilliant. Give us a wee song then, True Blue, and record it yourself, pal.
What do you want, the torties and mash?
Go for it, man.
Jerry's Wolves.
Oh, dear. That's me just sorted out the GFK supporters bus for Wednesday. That's me and my boys going. That's us, we're on our way to Firhill on Wednesday.
Good lad. Listen, talking about, Mark mentioned it earlier, and he mentioned the Hummel Centre and all the rest of it. Obviously, I've been up there a wee bit lately with my granddaughter, wee Daisy Cooper, I call her, left foot magic. But interesting story, she went to one of the football daft, this wee lassie. She went to one of the football camps there when the Waynes were on holiday. So her mother and her wee sister were standing outside Ibrox. Big Derek Johnson, I know the big man gets a lot of criticism off a certain quarters of the Rangers support, but he came out, bumped into them, they got a couple of pictures taken. And the big man took them back into Ibrox, took them into the dressing room, out of the pitch, sat them in the dugout, really welcomed them into the ground. So a big shout out to Derek Johnson for that. There's not enough of that. You know, I'm kidding Fox on there about contracts, and I've said it a million times in that show. I think it should be written into contracts that certain players or the players attend so many supporters tours in a year. You know, that's something the club's lost. We've all lost over the years. The reasons for it, I don't know. It could be the advent of, instant photography and idiots, selling things to the papers and all the rest of it. But I'd love to see a closer connection with the players and the fans. I think that would be brilliant. Personal opinion, of course, but there we go.
Well, we've watched that through.
Aye, mate, aye. We have, it used to be every supporters club would, their player of the year, they would pick their player of the year, notify the club, and the player of the year would turn up for their gift, and it's fantastic.
I know when away back, I remember Rangers used to train in behind the Annie's Land Bingo and the university grounds in there.
Aye, I was out there a few times, Jimmy.
Aye, so was I, mate, and you could walk about and talk away. I remember chatting to Gaza and Ali, they were all there. Terry Hurlock, I've got stacks of pictures, old pictures there. And you could walk, I'd run a few supporters clubs over the years and that, and there was no problem with getting players, but for whatever reason now, they seem to be too aloof now. They push you away, and it's quite sad, I had a friend many years ago, Alan Horsburgh, his name was, and Alan had a connection with Ian Ferguson, the good Ian Ferguson at Football Rangers, the 1-9 in a row one. And I used to be able to give Alan a ball and get it signed, no problem. But see now, you can't get anything like that done now. And I just think, not for as much as my generation, but I think the younger generation now should be able to get better access to the players. And I think sometimes the players maybe forget what they are. I'm not saying they're our property, but try and be a wee bit more proactive with the fans, especially the young fans. I enjoyed meeting up with them, and it was great. And I was in my 20s, but I used to go and watch them train at Jordan Hill and at the university grounds too, and I really enjoyed it. But so did a lot of the young kids, and that was great to be a lassie, wee Daisy Cooper. That was good that she managed to get that for her on the day. That was good. Please.
Can I come in there, True Blue?
Aye, go ahead, Brad.
I'd just like to comment on what you were saying earlier. Yes, there's big changes, as Jimmy's been on to explain lovely. There are big changes and things. But I think that's a lovely story you told of your wee granddaughter. And something, I'm ever so pleased. I've been the one guy that's been shouting for years for Big DJ to get a job at Ibrox. I know he had a sort of part-time type thing, but Rangers should have taken him away for that situation at Radio Clyde. He should never have been allowed to be treated the way he was being treated by both other pundits and by Radio Clyde itself. Rangers should have put a stop to that, because he's one of our legends, and I'm so pleased that he's not there anymore. And I just hope everything goes well for the big man. And what he's done with your wee granddaughter, fantastic, just beautiful. And that's the way.
the two of them were raving about it, so of course they're sending me all the photos, you know. But we touch like that, well, put it this way, we're on Rangers Radio talking about it. It's all good stuff about the club and ex-players of the club, you know, and as for Big DJ, best heathery of all I've seen at Ibrox. I don't know about you guys, arguably. And I think he would have beat Ali McCoy's record if he didn't play half his career at centre-half. You know, great goal scorer, Big Derek Johnson. I think he kind of, and in the eyes of a lot of Rangers supporters, it kind of sullied his reputation, you know, going on to Snide and all that, you know. But at the end of the day, these boys have got to earn a crust and all, you know. I don't think Big Derek Johnson was earning the sort of money some of them get nowadays, you know. But anyway, a big personal thanks to Big DJ anyway, you know, a wee touch like that, you know.
Yep. Can I just say, through something we missed in the first half of the show, just like to say to everybody that if you want to call us in 0141 356 1972. And Mark, where else can you join us, pal?
Join us in Skype at rangersradio.online.
And what can you talk about, Stardog?
Can talk about all things Rangers.
There you go. We are a people.
Hey, is that you corrected me now?
Yeah, I just thought about that. You were going to sing the Totties in my share and I was waiting.
Anyway, can we move on a wee bit, guys? I think, you know, listen, a final point on yesterday's game. No shame. Didn't you see that dive he did in the box?
That's all right.
I've watched it 5 times. Believe you me, I've watched it 5 times. The man's a shocker. A shocker.
Bridgeman, it was good to see Ryan Ken getting tore into him, but Ryan Jack get tore right in about him.
Yeah, you know, I have to say this, Ryan Jack, he's been playing so well. He kind of he used to kind of a bit fiery as well. He needs to calm it down too. He got a booking yesterday, and he actually wasn't involved in that. You know what I mean? He wasn't involved. He just got involved.
Dissent, didn't he?
Sorry?
He got it for dissent, mate.
I'm saying that, but he shouldn't really have got involved at all. However, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. I'm the very first one to say anything happens with any of your players anywhere in the pitch, get every single player in there. Get in there and get it sorted out as a team.
Can I just say before you go
that, Jimmy?
On you go, pal.
See, on Ryan Jack yesterday, I think you were talking about when he was in Stephen Naismith's face. See when he was pointing in his face and saying to him, you know that was out of order and things like that. I've not seen a Rangers player grown like that since Barry Ferguson, and that's how he reminded me yesterday. Barry Ferguson just barking at folk in the midfield, just leading and shouting for orders to folk and things like that as well. And I mean, with Naismith, he was right in Naismith's face, poisoning at him and things like that. And I just seen Barry Ferguson in him there, mate. Just for that one moment, I seen Barry Ferguson in him, and I love to see that, mate. I love to see somebody taking control of a game like that and getting in folks' faces and shouting at them like that. I love that.
Great shout, mate.
Aye, well said, pal. We're getting a wee bit of feedback for somewhere. Is anybody else getting it?
I'm getting somewhere, aye.
I can hear it as well.
Maybe Fox is entertaining, who knows, but there we go. But anyway, moving on, I know you touched on it briefly after the game yesterday, but no everybody heard the after match. You know, Stephen Gerrard saying he's 100% Big Buffalo stay. I'm reading reports today that Aston Villa are reportedly sniffing about Alfredo. 25 million he'll cost, says Neil McCann now. Just a wee precursor on that one. If he goes to Aston Villa, I'm afraid we're all pal and the lobby's getting barred. Flybo.
Flybo could tell you if that's going to happen. He'll give you an honest answer if you ask him. Flybo, is it happening?
Well, apparently we're in discussions again about extending his contract. Important.
It's too cheap.
Aye. Well, I think so. I know. You know when we
too cheap, mate. Too cheap.
What they're quoting for odd socks. You know, I'd rather have Alfredo on the team. I think his outfield play as well is fair. Come on, some of his touches, some of his passing, some of his link-up play. Martin, would you not agree?
Definitely, mate. I mean, this year he's looked different class. You know, he used to be last year. He was always back to goal, and he'd always try and roll defender. you know, because he wanted that shot and goal. But this year, he's keeping his back to goal and he's linking up with midfielders in front of him. He's rolling the ball around the corner. You know, he's flicking it around the corner. For me, guys, he's worth me on 25 million. I've seen this on the show before. This guy can either win your league or drag you to relegation if it's a Premiership he's going to go to, or get you into a top 4 or top 6. That's the quality I believe that wee man is. He brings everybody into the team now. As far as I'm concerned, he brings goals, he brings link up. You know, he's battling. He could do it to the Premier League guys and do the exact same thing, battle with 4 defenders down there, because I think he's good. I know he's still young, I know he's still got to develop, but with further development, sky's the limit with Morelos through. Sky's the limit with that wee guy, and I think 25 million should be the starting price. And if that's what a team's going to come in with, I think maybe a wee bit of bidding war could start.
Aye, I'd agree there, mate. Just a wee postscript on that point I made about Flybo. He says it's not his fault. He's heard Stein at Rangers, but would love him at Villa. I don't know, say if you Flybo, you'll still get barred. Jimmy?
The old saying, through money talks, and you know what?
Aye.
You know, if somebody comes in and pays 25 million upwards of Alfredo, then I'm afraid we could probably lose him, because I know Dave King and the other guys have done tremendous on the board, and they've financed a lot of things, and that's things out with our control, because we are just with the common man. We go to see the team every week. But if somebody got asked, I said this last night with a debate on it. Somebody says that would they replace Firmino, and I said I don't think he's ready to go and play for Liverpool yet. I would think like a Leicester and an Aston Villa. So if that'd be a stepping stone again for him. Well, if Aston Villa did come in with 25 plus for him, 25, I think Rangers would take it. I don't think they could no take it. Sorry, Bridget, you go.
No, I was just going to ask you a question on that, Jimmy. I do apologise. I'm getting a wee bit lag sometimes, so I do apologise if I'm interrupted. No, what I was going to say was, did everybody see that tackle in the Spurs-Everton game? With that boy, is it
Gomez?
Ouch.
It was Son that hit him.
Son, yeah, the boy's son. And the boy's son got a yellow card for it.
Yeah, a red card.
No, I'm saying he got a yellow card for it, and then they saw the devastation in the boy's ankle and decided it was like some type of assault, you know, and it became a red card. The way that boy was looking at the fella's ankle, and he was devastated, talking to the boy's son, and then he got the red card, and he's even more devastated. Mm-hmm. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that he might not be able to revive himself for a wee while, and you might find that Tottenham Hotspur are looking for a centre forward. So you might find that area, because that was a terrible thing to happen to both the victim, shall we say, and the player, the Spurs player. I don't think that's right what they've done. That's just not right. That's like a not proven verdict, you know.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I watched Aston Villa. I think I watched 2 of their games live this season, and I think they play some nice, tidy football. Would Fred fit into the team? He probably would, you know. But he's definitely not ready for a top 4 or 5 in the Premiership. I know Leicester are sitting third up the now, and they're punching above their weight now, as they did a couple of seasons ago. But look, guys, no money talks, as they say. If somebody comes in and decides that they want to pay that kind of money, I don't think Rangers will knock it back. So let's no dwell on it. Let's look up to the end of December when we can do a lot of damage. But don't forget, it's only 34 sleeps until the League Cup final. So it's countdown time. And then we play the Puddle Drinkers 3 weeks after that, the last Old Firm game of the year. So we've got to look forward to that. If somebody comes in for Alfredo, we'll just need to deal with it. But I know I can understand that people are talking about a 25 million plus price tag. But for me, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm only thinking about Rangers winning now.
The good thing is, mate, we've got a few players in the team who are, you know, I suppose on the balance sheet would be counted as assets that would probably make a good profit on, you know. Stardug.
He said we're back in 5, guys.
All right, okay, pal. Listen, Smurf quite rightly has pointed out a man that's very rarely mentioned lately is Kamara. You know, I think he smashing player. What steal he was, Mark? Eh?
Glenn Kamara, 50 grand. You know, that probably going to follow him his whole football career, that price tag. Because I think, again, that boy will develop into a Premiership midfielder. And if you're talking about links, I mean, I think that boy's linked with Brighton and Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? And you're talking, again, probably 5 million to 10 million they're in between for him. You know, we're talking about, it's a good positive thing regarding Rangers. I mean, a lot of your players have been linked with the Premier League. So it just proves, like, yet again, where Gaffer's doing something right. I totally agree with Smurf what he's saying in the lobby. Glenn Kamara is very underrated, probably in the Scottish game, but doing in England because that's where he trained with Arsenal and played in the youth teams, and obviously what he's doing in the international scene. He's highly rated in Europe. So, you know, the managers can take credit for that again, his staff can take credit for that again. And as you say there, through Rangers, for the first time in years, I've got real good sellable assets in my club. You know, so as I said, all the scaremonger that's going on about, you know, debt and stuff, the club are now in a position where they have assets. You know, we're not in a position where we've got nothing to sell, you know, we've got nothing to gain. We'll have assets to, you know, sell, make a lot of money on, because, you know, Morelos only costs us £1 million, you know, and then bring in another quality player, maybe even a level above Morelos, but, you know, maybe for the same money as Ryan Kent was. That's the sort of idea we would aim. Buying cheap, sell, you know, sell big. That's what I like, and that's one thing Rangers have got now, down to the management team's coaching, and, you know, we've got sellable assets.
Can I come in on that just for a wee second?
Well, I was going to say, Bridge, I think Mark's dead right, but I think what they've also got is better PR than us, and they've also got the marketing advantage of the papers backing them up when they talk about 30 and 40 million for players. I don't know, I wouldn't pay that for them anyway, you know. But yourself, Bridge, sorry to cut you, Bridge.
No, just the words you said there, I was going to say a form of those words. I think that this is where we lack, and it's not somewhere that we haven't identified that we should be better with the PR, and we should have had a PR company, a PR department within our own company that's running the whole thing for us in a joined up way, you know, because you know, some of the things that you hear from third parties, you know, the Twitter stuff that's going on, all that, it's all done. It seems it'll be all done just to devalue everything that Rangers is doing and every player that plays for Rangers. And just a wee second, and everything at the other side of the city is just so, just as Jimmy said earlier, is just so wonderful. There's no, you can't make any comparison because we don't have the PR backup and the shall we say, the experience at that level for writing the stories, because nobody appears to want to report on us. Nobody. Right, pal, sorry about that.
I know what I was going to say, Bridge. You know, just a wee positive note. Our new director of football operations manager, whatever his role is, remember he overseen the most expensive defender in Virgil van Dijk in the world's transfer. You know, he was the one that was obviously negotiating with Liverpool with Southampton to get top dollar, you know, for Southampton players, and it wasn't just Van Dijk. He sold other players for big money. So I'm hoping our director of football will have a big say, and you know, he seems a shrewd businessman, doesn't he? I'm hoping his shrewd business, you know, brain will get top dollar for our players, and hope maybe he'll change the PR thing. I totally agree with you, Bridge, what you're saying. I don't think we do enough. Our media in Scotland don't help our team at all, or our players. Our guys have got to do it all by themselves, you know, and they've probably got their own wee PR teams, if you like, to help them. You know what I mean? So it's just the way it is at the moment, guys, and stick your fingers up to the whole lot of them, because we'll still make money, and Ross Wilson got a big part to play in that.
Can I come in there, True, before I make a point about...
Hang on, mate. Sure, I'm quite happy to sit in the background.
I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised at myself and that I've never picked this up. I just get sent a text by a friend, Joe, and Derek Johnson's birthday today, guys, and nobody actually wished him a happy birthday. Did you know that, Bridge? Derek Johnson, 66
I was going to say, just when I was speaking about Derek Johnson, just earlier there, I saw that I think it was Jeff G or Blue Horizon put in a happy 66th birthday.
66, the big man is.
Yeah.
God,
So
he
well
looks
done.
good for
Just
yep.
when I was saying, I'm so pleased for him. And there we go, it's his birthday.
On the Alfredo thing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
What answer to?
Happy birthday, DJ.
Happy birthday.
Brilliant.
See a lot of singing, Mark.
No, mate.
I didn't think so.
On Alfredo, true. The story that broke there about that Alfredo had said that he's no looking to leave Rangers, but he's looking to step up to another team, and if that happens in January, right? Now, the internet, as we all know, is a wonderful thing nowadays, and you can go and find out anything you want, basically. Now, I've been searching the last day and a half, and I tell you, I cannot find any interview that came out of Colombia in the last week that said that he wants to leave in January. This is an old rehashed story, and it's a usual rubbish for the Hollycomb Brigade, who are trying to down Rangers and be negative, and that's what's wrong with us. We don't have a good PR. Right, we need to get a better PR than we've got. So there's with the gaffer saying 100% that he's not going to leave, that is right. But obviously, if somebody come in and wanted to pay silly money, he might go. But here we go again with a story that was an old rehashed story that he spoke about months ago. This didn't just happen in the last couple of days, a week. He's not made any statement to the Colombian TV or paper, so they've rehashed a story, try to stir up a wee bit of trouble. So I couldn't find anything.
Let's face it.
Where you go, mate?
Sorry, Jimmy. Let's face it. See if any of our players weren't they talking about, going in further and developing their careers. Because let's face you'd be worried. Would you not be worried if he wasn't saying, I want to go and be one of the top players in one of the top league? I'd be concerned more if they weren't saying these things.
I know. Is there a player in Scotland that when they go and play in the Premier League if they get the shout?
Yeah, exactly.
The nonsense.
Money's money, guys. And I would hope every one of your players have got ambition to go and play at the highest.
Yeah.
They can. I think you've seen it a lot of the show, Jimmy. Same with Bridge. They will be replaced. Players do come and go for clubs nowadays. And. That's just my opinion, guys. I don't know if he's the same, but
it's a PR machine. I think the Rangers PR machine now is fell apart, and we see what's happening there at the puddle drinker side. That they managed to, without dwelling what has happened there over the years, they managed to bring out other stories to cover that story up. But when it's about Rangers, that they're disingenuous with their comments about it. They're dragging up old stories. And I think that's why the gaffer said, I'm 100% sure that Alfredo will still be here in January, and we all hope he is. But I still put a but that, if somebody did come in like an Aston Villa or whatever and offer 25, 30 million, I think Rangers would probably take it. But what they're trying to do is upset him as a player. They're trying to upset him, the way he's playing. I mean, he's the second top goal scorer in all competitions in Europe at this moment in time. And they don't like that area. They're just bumming their big guy out there, Edward, whatever his name is. So, negativity towards Rangers at all times. We need to be positive, and hope that Alfredo's still here come the end of this season to bang in 40 goals and get the 55 in our trophy cabinet, guys.
Well said, Jimmy. But the thing is with him as well is it's reported the club's looking at a new contract again for him, to keep him there, But moving on, guys, Ryan Kent reported is saying as well he needs a few games before he gets back to full fitness. I think he's correct in that assessment, Stardog, if you're back.
He's a way to look after the babbies.
All right, okay. Bridgeman.
Yes, I would say you're absolutely right. I reckon probably in the next 6 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, he needs to get his match fitness up, his full fitness and then his match fitness. He's not far away. He's only 5 or 6 weeks away. I would say, what a player we've got in our hands there. What a player. Absolutely startling yesterday. Absolutely startling. Just what he does when he runs, and he runs at full. And okay, sometimes it doesn't come off the move, But when he manages to shimmy past them like that, oh my God. Morelos just needs to stand in the one spot, and hopefully the boy will find him. Goodness sake. Brilliant stuff. No, he's going to be a fabulous player for us, true. Fabulous.
Ryan. Ryan. Jimmy. Ryan Kent.
Right. I mean...
Sorry, that's Ryan Kent about you there.
Hey, Ryan Kent knows I'm one of the best. He seen me dancing with a stick and a big drum, mate.
Aye.
I was good, mate, my day.
He says you're an Earther kit.
Alright, aye. He says you're Barry White. Anyway, Ryan Kent, I'm going to put nail my colours to the mast here. You heard me saying that I didn't think that Ryan Kent was worth the 7 million we paid for him. And I've been made eat my words. If he performs like that, the way he's performed the last couple of games, then I'm over the moon with that. If he's got to find his feet 3 or 4 games down, then God Almighty, he's going to be some player for us in the rest of the season. I'm really happy with the way he's performing now, true, but he's got to keep it up. I keep saying this all the time. We can't be resting on our laurels when it just keep going and going and going. And we know in the past we've seen Rangers team do that, just even grinding out some results, but just keep going and going and going. Go for the win at all times. Stop sitting back. If you're 1, 2, 3 nothing up, go for the 4, 5 and 6. And Ryan Kent, for me, I thought this is a player. He's made me eat my words. He's definitely a £7 million player, mate. Definitely.
Aye, well said, pal. Mark, another one we seem to have forgot for a wee while, I know, is Jordan Jones. He's surprised me. I was wondering why they'd signed him. But anyway, sorry, Mark.
No, but Ryan Kent, through, I love the guy. I was desperate to get him back. And I think, if you think back, I think it was for a long time during pre-season, it was looking like we were going to get him. So I think Jordan Jones, he was a free transfer for Kelly anyway. He was coming anyway. But I think that's one of the reasons Barker was bought at the time, because I don't think they thought they were going to get Kent. But the guy came back. He wanted to come back to Rangers. This is where he wanted to be. He wanted to be under Gerrard. And I think we've got one of the most exciting prospects in British football right now. For me, that's big praise, and it's, and I think he deserves it, because I think he's only about 70% now. He's come back for that hamstring injury, so he must have been carrying something as he joined Rangers. And for me, he's only playing maybe at 70%. Wait till you see this boy in full flight when he's not worried about a wee injury again. Wait till you see him in full flight, and as Bridgman says, with another 5 weeks under his belt, this boy is going to be a match winner. As Jimmy says here, the games that we're maybe dragging and maybe struggling to penetrate and break through and score a goal, this is the guy that can unlock defences by himself. A bit like the way Jack's playing the midfield. He's grabbing the midfield with a scruff of neck. Morelos is banging them in up front. Everybody's peaking at the right time. And for me, we've got one of the hottest prospects in British football in Ryan Kent.
Aye, high praise indeed, mate. Bridgman.
Yeah, I see Ryan Kent as a potential solution to one of these eternal problems that we've got, which is, have we got pace in the team? Have we got somebody with skill? Have we got somebody that has no fear to run? And I remember back to when I was a youngster, and we had a wee player that played outside left for us, and wee Bud Johnson, and he did all the things, maybe not as well as what Ryan Kent does. He's fearless, runs at everything he can. Every time he gets the ball, he wants to run it. But what I see about Ryan Kent is that Ryan Kent wants to play football. He wants to be part of the short passing game too, which is absolutely brilliant. But when you see him running from a defensive position and he runs straight, he just runs straight, and it's great because he's got the pace to outrun everybody. It's in his way, and he loves to put the ball past people. So I think he is a number one player for us. Number one player. He's going to be fabulous for us if everything goes all right, injury free.
Aye, what about yourself, Fox? Fox?
Hello there. Ryan Kent, clever wee player. I think he's still got a bit of learning to do. His final ball isn't always what it could be for me. Tends to play with his head down a wee bit, I think. Can certainly have the pace and the trickery to beat MD. But sometimes there's players in better positions and he doesn't spot them. But he'll learn that under the coaching staff, what he's going to do. His main job there is to supply balls into Alfie for me. Alfie will make sure he'll score them. But 7 million was a hefty price tag for Scottish football. And I just hope he lives up to that tag. He's certainly showing signs of it.
Aye, well said, Fox. No his fault, the price tag either, but Jordan Jones, I was impressed with Jordan Jones a little. I seen him, I always thought, why the hell are we signing him? Because I never seen him, he scored against us right enough, I never seen him as a match winner or anything like that, so I was pleasantly surprised when I seen him. And somebody was talking about Brandon Barker on the other side, we seem to be well covered for wing players, so again, going back to what we were talking about, and strength and depth, so do you want to come in on that?
Remember right, just a couple of weeks ago with a couple of injuries, obviously Jack Kent was out and stuff, so we needed Barker, but then Barker got injured, so then obviously Jones was injured, so all of a sudden when we were all going like that in pre-season, why are we buying all these wingers? We're top heavy, if you like. We're doing it bare bones there enough when the wingers were concerned. Now we're getting them all back fit. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've still got Jones to come back, and where I saw the best of Jones was the away match against is it Midtjylland, you call them?
Midtjylland.
Midtjylland. That was the best. I'd never seen that. I think it was capable. But then after that, I seen him play for Northern Ireland, and he was excellent against. I think it was Slovenia. He was superb against them as well. So I think we've got a wee rough diamond there. And again, I think he's got a wee bit of making up today regarding the sending off against Mankey Mob. So I think Gerrard was really, really angry with him. So maybe he's patched it up since then. But I think Jordan Jones will have a wee say in the league this year. He'll win his matches, guys.
We need to be. Can I follow on that? Was that okay, True Blue?
Jump in, Bridge.
Okay. I was just going to follow up with what he was saying. Everything absolutely makes sense to me. I think that I think all the wingers that we've got, I thought they're all going to be really good for us if they get their wee chances. And even the young lad Jake Hasty that's away on loan, I think he's a smashing wee player. I think he's going to come back and do some marvellous things for us in the next season or two. Jordan Jones, very unlucky. The red mist came down and he wanted to whack that guy, and that's all there was to it. And he injured himself in the put in. Now he's got to come back in. It's going to take him, much as you said, it's going to take him maybe a couple of weeks just to get in there and start to feel the running down the wing and things like that. And then he's got, I would suggest, 6 or 8 weeks on top of that just to get back to A, fitness, and B, match fitness, and start to. I'm so pleased that Rangers bought him. I think Jordan Jones is a star. He's an international star, and he's going to be a star for the Glasgow Rangers, and that's for sure. So I think all the wee guys, Brandon Barker, I think he had a fantastic game for us, 2 fantastic games for us, and there he got away and got injured, and that he got injured, and there wasn't a word said, not one single word said to the guy that did it. Absolutely shocking, let me tell you, absolutely shocking.
I hope you're right, Bridgeman, but there you go. But here's a question for you. Stephen Gerrard's been ranting about strengthening in the January window. Where do we need strengthening, Jimmy?
Well, I did see right back earlier on because I don't think we've got a substitute for Tav. But I think now we have. I've always maintained we still need another striker. I know I've got the 2 top scoring strikers in Scottish football now, but I still say that we should bring somebody else in as a backup. Apart from that, goalkeeper-wise, Greggs is there, and I've got a bit of confidence in Ford as long as he's not having the ball at his feet. Midfield for me, look at midfield's flooded, and we're back 4. It's the back 4 now is probably any 4 for 7. And up front, we'll get any 3 for probably 6 or 7 and all. So Jordan Jones, who I do rate, I heard you talking about Jordan Jones. I was pleased with what Jordan Jones, but I think a rush of the blood to the head, his wee Irish heart just decided to go in and hit the puddle drinkers and whatever he wanted to do. So a striker for me, and possibly a right back. But I think we're covered in right back. Who else should we go left back? So you were talking about the American boy, weren't you, for a right back?
Ulster, he's a right back, mate.
He's a right back. And you were talking about for right back.
We've had alternatively Flanagan jumping in there and Halliday.
I said that earlier on. So I mean maybe for me it's a striker. I think just another backup striker, and that's about. But at the end of the day, who's going to leave their club and come to Scotland in January for whatever reason to be third striker? Jermaine Defoe and Fred's doing well, so we can't fault him in that. But if he's talking about strengthening, we were talking about this, God's sake, when the transfer window started there, where we all did see we needed to strengthen. Obviously, we brought in Ryan Kent and Jordan Jones, obviously. But for me, it's a right back and possibly a striker. I would like to see another striker, but there's nobody sticks in my head that I could jump shoot and say, we need to sign him back up. Nobody's going to come as a third striker through. So I don't think he's going to strengthen.
Mark?
It's very difficult, isn't it? I did say back a few weeks ago on the show that I would like a physical, ball-winning, defensive-minded midfielder. But this is before Ryan Kent and Steve Davis's sort of partnership, and Ryan Kent's form got so good, and Kamara seems to just be steady. No, Ryan Jack, just seems to be getting that midfield just seems to be untouchable at the moment. So I did want a defensive-minded midfield enforcer, if you like. But what you've got to remember, bringing anybody in, you don't want to upset the apple cart. You don't want to bring in and upset the camaraderie and the friendship that the guys have got. But I'm probably saying with Jimmy, right back cover, and a striker. But maybe a young striker to develop. And I remember we spoke about it, lads, on the show a few weeks back. The boy for Livingston, the big tall boy. Somebody like that would maybe come in as cover and as a third choice. I think you could, because you can develop him, couldn't you?
Good shout.
Dykes, his name was, or something.
Good shout. That's a good shout.
I get a bit edgy when they talk about players like him. He scored against them, you know what I mean? All of a sudden he's a next big thing, I don't know.
It's not so much about the next thing. It's not so much about the next big thing as scoring against them.
No.
True. The fact is that, I mean, you're the same as me, going to see the Gerrard a long time, and I've always been a fan of having a big centre forward. And that's something that Rangers have had over the years, and we all know that. The Mark Hateleys, the Derek Johnsons, the big Davy Mitchell guy, players are that, Big Dado Purcell.
Aye.
I would like to see a player like that added to the squad. I know we're fit, but we're playing the new is beautiful to watch because we can play the ball in the ground. And I don't think there's a team in Scotland that can touch us when we play the ball in the ground. But I think we should have a wee other avenue to get down, is that if we need to get the ball down the wings, whether it's Ojo on the right and Ryan Kent on the left, and get them out to a big centre forward, if that had to be. So, I mean, but what Mark said there's a good shout. I mean, the big boy Dykes, maybe be somebody for the future. We could nurture him for next season, depending what happens in the transfer market, but concerning Fred. And don't forget, we don't know if Jermaine Defoe, although there's a lot of good noises coming there, that he's going to sign, hopefully, for the Gerrard, and extend his, become a Rangers player because his loan deal ends. So, I mean, he's 37, Fred's 23, or 22, 23, so the big boy Dykes is only 21. He's a big Australian, isn't he? So, is he worth a punt? I don't see why not. I'm glad we never get Shankland.
Aye, well, I was just going to mention him.
No for me.
All right.
The reason I'm saying it, guys, it's about levels, isn't it? You can't bring in a guy near enough the same level as Defoe and Morelos because he'll not come to sit on the bench.
Yep.
Whereas you bring a young guy that you can nurture, he's only 21, as Jimmy says, you could say, "Ah, boy, look, Jermaine Devoe's 37. He's not going to be here forever. You know, come in, learn after these two. You know, and I think some young strikers would jump at a chance. So I think it's all about ages, isn't it? Another one that I'm going to mention is
I think I know, Mark. You know, the way I was looking at it as my next question was, they're either going to bring in real quality who'll fit right into the first team squad, or you know, young boys that are going to, you know, they'll develop through the Hummel and bring in eventually for the future. I don't know, but you know, there's that question as well, mate. If you finish your point, then Bridgeman, you jump in, and like Stardog's back.
Right, no, it's just that's what I'm saying. If we're going to bring anybody in January, it could possibly be loan deals. Maybe Gerrard's got his eye in the market down there, or Ross Wilson's got his eye in the market on loan deals for maybe January to bolster. But if not, it may be young targets. I've heard a wee rumour about Adam Lallana. In January, he's available on a basically talk for a free transfer for next summer. He's in January. He's only got 6 months left in his contract. I was going to ask you this question tonight. Would any of you take Adam Lallana?
In a heartbeat.
Aye, so would I, mate. So would I. Well, he's available. He's available to suit the clubs in January.
That's been doing the rounds for a long time, mate. Lallana. What about yourself, Bridgeman? Where do you think we would need to strengthen?
You know, when you think about it, the boys have went round the table there and they've covered quite a lot. My only place, as things stand and as we know we've got the squad here, if it was me trying to look for now from come Christmas time or the transfer window looking forward, I would be looking if we can get a player that is going to take over from Stephen Davis, because I think we really need. We will miss him when he goes. We will miss him. He is absolutely sensational for us, and I think whatever the manager does and however he does it, I think he should be looking and investing some money in someone that can just, after Davis starts to slow down or whatever it happens to him in 2 years' time, get a young lad in and beast him up, similar to what they're doing with the boy Edmondson. Get him in there, let him learn what Rangers are all about, and let's start playing football and bring him in every other game. Bring him in, because I think we're going to. I don't want us to fall off a cliff. I don't want us to turn around and say, "Oh my goodness, Stephen Davis his legs are going," or whatever excuse you want to call it. I want us to be ready, and that's what I would like to look. That's what I would like.
Aye, okay, pal. Stardog back, no? Not being on it. Right, we can move on then, guys. Just a wee brief look. Fox informed me before we come on the air that it's the anniversary of the Battle of Britain, the second game down at Leeds. What a night that was, Bridgie.
That was one of the greatest games of football ever seen in Britain. Fabulous. What a victory for us. What a victory. Great goals.
Mark?
I was still very young at that point, guys, but I remember it. You know, probably every Rangers fan, that's a game that's always stayed very, very at front of my mind, very fresh. You know, I remember I was at the home game, and I remember Gary McAllister spotting the top corner and how quiet Ibrox were. It's probably quiet as I've ever heard Ibrox. It just, you hear a pin drop, and then the comeback started, and then we go to Elland Road. When Leeds had a team with Cantona and, you know, Stratton, McAllister, I mean, he's a cracking team. So he did. And Rangers go down there and turn them over down there. Mark Gately's goal, you know, and then Mark Gately's ball at the back post of McCoy's dive header. Just superb. And they were the champions of the English division at that time. So it's a game, it's always at the very front of my mind. I can remember pretty much every point of the game, all the big points anyway.
Jimmy?
One of the most eeriest games I'd ever been at, apart from the one when we banned the puddle drinkers for Ibrox.
I remember I was at that game.
Aye. Sin at Ibrox that night when Leeds scored was some sensation, no, just eerie. But I was doing for the second leg, but I never got a ticket down at Elland Road, so I can't remember the name of the club I ended up. It was just full of bears anyway, but it was a great atmosphere down there. Especially when Mark Hateley hit that volley. What a goal that was. And then Super Swally Cedar, beautiful. It was you know, that sticks in my throat like a jaggy nettle, true boy. That was a year we were robbed of glory
Aye, well, I'll tell you a good story about that. We were talking about
Hear,
it here one night before. And I was talking, I says, I remember that night well, I couldn't believe it, beautiful night. And I had the door open, and when Haley scored, I ran out and I was shouting ball out in the street. The Oxtair told me it was November. I says, aye, so it was. So I've not got a clue what game I was running about out in the street. I don't trust my memory anymore, mate, you know, but moving on, Thursday night we've got Porto. You got a priority on it, Bridgeman? Bridge?
Can I come in here, Drew?
Aye, go ahead, Jimmy.
For me, the result we got there was a great result, and I'm always advocating on here that a winning team you've got to go forward at, and if everybody's fit that played yesterday through, then that should be the team we should pick for Thursday. I know Big Katic is waiting in the wings there, but Hollander's no doing anything wrong. There might be a wee change with Ojo. I don't know if he'll go with that. I don't know if he'll bring Scott Arfield in. But for me, I would keep the same team. And that's even, I would keep Ojo in the team. As I say, using the word worse out of the team yesterday, but it's not the right word for it to use. But I just think he wasn't the best player we had in the park, but he still had pass marks. So I'm always, I never played football at a great level. I got to amateur level, but their manager always told you, if you're a winning team, then you're a confident team, and you've got to go forward with that. If everybody's playing well, then you just got to go with that all the time, True. So I'm hoping that he doesn't chop, and I don't think he will chop and change a lot in it. He's happy with Hollander in there in the middle now, so I think that's going to go on the way forward. So no injuries, same team for me, True. Same team for me, pal.
Aye, all right, mate. Mark, is that a big priority, Europe?
I said earlier on, guys, this year it's gravy to me. I want the league. That's what I want. The Europa League's gravy. But I do understand the financial side of the Europa League. So in that case, my league form's important to me. I'm the same as Jimmy. I reckon there'll be one change. I said it yesterday on the show. I said there'll be one change. I reckon if Ojo keeps his place, that is, I reckon maybe Aribo or Arfield will step in for Ojo, just because he's a bit more physical. Other than that, it's gravy to me. So I'm not really caring about the result as long as we beat them, But Europe was not a priority for me.
Bridge, you back? Aye, go ahead, mate.
Sorry, pal, I had to leave me.
No, you're all right.
There's just that, look, I'm back to my old philosophy. That's the next game. I don't care what the game is. I don't care who we're playing. Rangers are playing. We are going to win this game. That's what we want, and that's our attitude it should be, no matter who they are. Europe is going to, if we do right and we do the right thing, we're going to end up earning quite a bit of money this season from the European games. So please, Rangers, and other fans as well, this is going to be a massive night for us, and we're going to batter this Porto, absolutely batter them. We should have beat them over there, and we didn't. So we came away with a point. We get 3 points out of this, and hey, the world's your oyster, and anything could happen. Go and win it, Rangers. Mollocate them.
Well said, Bridge. Fox?
Be a lot more difficult than people think it's going to be on Thursday. I think we surprised Porto over there with how good a quality side we are. But I think they'll be well prepared when they come to Ibrox. Rangers will need to play at their very top, their very best to get a result against them. But European League is very important to the club. I know people kind of look at it and say it's a wee bonus, but right for the start of the qualifying rounds, that has been the way this team has managed to build. By winning in the qualifiers has allowed us to build a side together that prepared us for the start we had in the league. The money's very important, and I hope we go in and beat them, and I seriously hope we qualify and are in Europe after Christmas.
Aye, good thoughts there, folks. I'm sure we all share them, but, I'm asking him about a priority quite simply, and Mark touched on it, he's looking at the league, which would kind of indicate he thinks that, the extra games in Europe are affecting our league form. I don't think they have much so far, Jimmy, eh?
No, they haven't, true. We've performed really well, and the result against Porto the last game was a fantastic result. But I mean, we need to make sure that I agree with Fox here, and I'm not getting carried away about Thursday, and I'm not down about Thursday. But I just, let's go and take care of Porto, win the game if we can, and I've heard Mark here using the word gravy, and I'm the same as Mark, I want Rangers, the same as Bridge, to win every single game. But it's gravy. I'll use Mark's word. It's gravy for me. It's an extra for me. It's a Premiership I want to win. I want my team to go there on Thursday night and perform well. But I hope they win, obviously. But yeah, I don't want any after effects when we play. Is it Livingston in it? Is it Livingston we playing Sunday? It is.
I think so.
Livingston we playing Sunday.
It is indeed, pal. Yeah.
And that's on one of the carpets, isn't it? So I want a strong performance. I hope it's not a backs to the wall. We've got to fight for the result, because for me the Livingston result is more important than the Porto. But obviously I want us to win the two of them. True, but for me, I'll keep using it again as Mark. There's gravy for me on Thursday, and the big meat pie is definitely Sunday.
Aye, okay, pal. Was I correct in my assessment of what you were saying there, Mark? You felt Europe interferes with our league performances?
If you think of some of the performances, well, the first halves after the European nights seem to be pretty sluggish for me. Recently, managers not been changing it, not making so many changes between the European match and the next game, which I like. I like continuity in the squad, especially as Jimmy said earlier on, when you're winning together. It becomes a habit, doesn't it? So the first halves, I've noticed we've been a bit, and rightly so, leggy. Probably what I'm going to use. I just think it's a distraction maybe we could do without, especially when I want 55. Would it be good to have that wee break for the Wednesday to the Saturday, the Wednesday to the Sunday, whatever the game's going to be? It probably would be, especially if that other mob are still playing in it. Any help to us win the league, I don't care. But I hope it doesn't affect us. I wouldn't like to hope that any European mid-week games end up costing us 55. You know what I mean?
Aye, I think, well, last year for me it was it was some of the games we took draws in, games we were expected to win. Bridgeman, is it much the same for you? Do you see Europe as a hindrance to the league?
No, for me, no, not at all, not at all. I know the guys. I feel the same to a certain extent, but I desperately want to win the league. But at the same time, we're Glasgow Rangers. We are Glasgow Rangers, and let's go out there and show them who we are and what we can do. We are back. It will never be anything else, but we are back. And go out there in every competition we go in, we face the devil and we beat the devil. That's for me. That's the way I feel. Go out there. Look, we're at home on Thursday night against a big team from Europe. We drew with them at the Rain Midden. Surely we can go out there and give them a game again. And we must be able to go up against Livingston. We must be able to go up against Livingston and beat them. That's the way I feel, But I'm not interested in Livingston right at this moment. We've got Thursday. We've got Porto. Everybody up for it. Let's go out there and leather them. Yes, Rangers, go for it.
Fox?
I'm afraid we've run out of time, mate. We need to go to the tunes now. If you want to finish up, pal.
Oh, right. I didn't realise it was that time. Well, listen, I'd like to thank all you guys on the panel tonight. It's been a pleasure speaking with yourself, Fox, and Old School Blue for the technicals, all the boys in the lobby. I see my old pal Oxshare's just sneaked in there at the last minute, so hopefully Oxshare will be back in the chair tomorrow night, hungover as usual. But to all the guys in the lobby, everybody listening YouTube, and what's the other one, Fox? XLR, is it?
XLR.
But listen, I'd like to thank everybody for listening. and I'll be discussing that accordion clause in the contract with you after this, Fox. I'd just like to say good night to everybody. Bridgeman.
What can I say? Marvellous night. Well done, True Blue, and well done to the rest of the boys in the panel. Marvellous. And I just say to other Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. And Oxtair, marvellous to see you again, pal. Keep it going.
Well said. This has been Rangers Radio. Back on here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Good night, all.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day up, and it's up to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers win the European Cup, like the one they had before, we'll rally round an Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers